Hello everyone, thanks for joining today's Novedge webinar. And the title is What's New in Creo 5.0? Creo 5.0 has just been launched. Be the first to discover the new features and the latest advancements in technology. PTC Creo Parametric Essentials can truly transform your design process. Just wait and see. Today's webinar presenter, Zach Poker, is from Wisconsin. He grew up taking apart any appliance he could get his hands on and played just about every sport. He attended the University of Pittsburgh to play football while studying mechanical and nuclear engineering. After graduation, he joined PTC and currently he holds the position of pre-sales technical specialist. And let me now tell you a little bit. This is Zach, and let me tell you a little bit about Novedge. Novedge is one of the largest online stores for design software. We offer a huge assortment of software solutions, and also we can help you in person. You can always call us at any time. We're not just in e-commerce. We're real people willing to sort your problem with design software. And for more daily software news and limited time promotions, pay a visit to the Novedge blog. And you can follow us on Facebook, Google+, Twitter, the usual suspects. Coming up on next Novedge webinar, putting a project together with Vectorworks 2018. Last but not least, today's webinar is free and is being recorded live. And if you want to rewatch this or any webinar episode in our collection, just head on over to the Novedge's YouTube or Vimeo channels. And now I'm gonna share Zach's screen, and so you can take the stage. Take it away, Zach. All right.
Can you guys see my screen, or can you see my screen?
We do now.
Awesome. Great. Well, like she said, my name is Zach Poker. I'm here with PTC, and I'm here today to talk about what's new in Creo Parametric 5.0. So I'll just give you a basic background about why we have Creo Parametric, and it's PTC's powerful computer-aided design tool with the goal in mind to allow companies to design, manufacture, and produce products time to market by making everyone's design process much more efficient and effective. So with this year's new addition to Creo Parametric, we did a survey and we wanted to find out what some problems customers were having. We found out 40% of customers are wanting to or have their products much more complex. So they want to have a faster design process. They want to be able to edit parts faster and quicker. So they want to have more tools to do so. They also said they want to launch their products quicker. And you want to be more efficient, and you want to be able to beat your competitors to market at all times, and that's essential and a part of your design process. 47% of our customers also said they want to be able to use data from the real world and leverage that and use that to drive their CAD model and use that data to give them a competitive advantage in the real world. So that's why we came up with Creo Parametric 5.0. Creo 5.0 enables companies to accelerate their product innovation by the greater reuse of CAD data and replacing assumptions with facts. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover some of the productivity improvements that we've made in Creo, and then some of the modules right within base Creo that we've expanded or also added right within Creo as well. So to start, we got some productivity improvements. Our first productivity improvement is we've added the 3D sweep feature. Now, previously we did have the 2D sweep, and you were able to do that, but now you can actually use accurate 3D geometry representing tools for machining or grinding tools to get more accurate sweeps. And there's also going to be more to come with that as well. We've also expanded upon the drafts and rounds. So we've always had drafts, rounds, and chamfers, but it was a hassle when you had a round or a chamfer on a corner and then you wanted to give it a draft. You had to delete that round or that chamfer and then go back and make both those. But now, if you have a round and you want to make a draft right on that, extrusion right there, you can go ahead and do so simultaneously. We've also expanded upon our mirror feature. Now you're going to be able to have a nice geometry preview of the mirror sketch that you want to have reflected over that that plane. It's going to give you an idea of what you're going to get before actually having to hit that accept button. And also, you're going to be able to have add and remove features. So you're going to be able to click which sketch entities you want to actually copy over. You don't have to copy over the entire thing, and you can pick and choose which ones you want to. The mini toolbar has also been expanded as well. We continue to add more 2D and 3D annotations. So now if you right-click right within your graphics area, you're going to be prompted a corresponding text geographic, so you can locate or click parts much easier. We've also expanded upon the style feature. We can now control the input for the style feature, kind of a nice new feature there. And the round and chamfer handling is a little bit more convenient as well. So now you're going to be able to right-click right on that side and edit or make a round or chamfer pretty seamlessly there. Now, as far as modernized appearance goes, what we've really done here is we've just made it more intuitive and more simplified. So the whole interface is just to be easier to understand and more intuitive. And also, we've added a prompt display cursor, so you're going to be able to just hover over things, and it's going to kind of guide you in the right place. It's going to give you less headaches and less cursor movement when going through your CAD models. As far as the model tree goes, we've expanded upon the hide feature, so now you can also do show only and accept, and that's going to be really nice when you're working with a very large assembly, maybe for a design review and so forth. So you can only you'll have the ability to just go ahead and select the different sub-assemblies, parts, and so forth that you want to see. You don't have to look at the entire assembly all at once. Also, we've added the tree search and filter. So instead of having to go through that model tree and find the part that you need, you can just go ahead and search it right up there. And you can also search for planes, different axes, and so forth as far as that goes. The sketch region is going to be a new productivity improvement that's brand new to Creo. And what that is it's a closed contour defined by sketch entities and their intersection with coplanar 3D edges and part of their geometry. And that's going to be kind of nice when you're combining multiple sketches and you don't want to have to extrude all 10 circles or so forth. You just want to extrude different parts of that actual sketch. You can just go ahead and select them and then go off and extrude that. We also found this productivity improvement here is going to be really helpful if you want to import different parts to maybe a bigger assembly and then just reflect that part onto the newer or the new part or the assembly that you want it on. And you can only just go ahead and select half that sketch there. As far as sheet metal goes, the flat pattern representation, it's been simplified. So now you can easily switch from a bent to a flattened state when modeling a sheet metal part. And also, we've improved upon the corner reliefs and conversion tools as well. And that's just going to provide for more geometrical solutions. And on top of that, the conversion tool now supports the conversion of solid parts into sheet metal pieces, even if the part contains a non-uniform thickness. So you're going to run into less troubles when dealing with parts that were created poorly to begin with. We continue to expand upon Unite technology as well. So on top of SolidWorks, CATIA, and Siemens NX, we've now added Inventor to Unite technology. So now with Inventor and those files, you can go ahead and just open and update them. So that's going to save you time and money there because you're not going to have to go ahead and import the file. You can just open it directly and it's going to stay right within its native format. And for the design and perspective, we've always had this feature here, but now you can actually go ahead and model your 3D CAD model right in that perspective view. So it's going to be kind of more for your artsy engineers or just kind of give you a real life representation of what it's going to look like. And that's just going to be a nice, powerful tool to see what it's going to see your CAD model is actually going to look like in real life. The freestyle tool is improved upon too. So now you can actually import. You can use an import preview tool, and that's just going to give you a geometry mesh of the import before actually having to go and import its full model. So you can figure out if the part's broken or if it's the correct part altogether before having to waste 30 minutes importing a certain part. And the align with curvature just makes it really easy to push and pull however you'd like. And then we've also added the box creation mode, and that's just going to be another tool so you can work on facets much easier. And just gives you a number of different modifications or options for modifications. So now let's move on to some of the modules that we've added to Creo. The topology optimization is going to be a brand new module right within Creo for us. And that, the idea here is that the physical design of products is limited by human imagination, which often by existing designs and development practices as well, and that really limits our imagination and limits our designs. So topology optimization enables the automated creation of optimized designs based on the constraints. So for this tooth here, we've got a number of forces, loads, creating a number of stresses, strains, and torques on it, and the part works fine, but maybe we want to make it a little bit better. Maybe we want to have the part cost is cheaper, maybe there's a better way to manufacture it, or maybe we could just use less material altogether. One way to go about this is we could use hundreds of iterations and go ahead and simulate and test different ideas that we have. Or we could use topology optimization and just give it some constraints and design parameter, and the program's going to do the rest for us. It's going to give us an ideal shape in the form of mesh based off the parameters that we gave it. But like I said, since we're right within Creo Parametric, it's actually going to be able to spit out a parametric model for us. So it builds parametric features based on our optimal shape, and it recreates the product entirely for you. Like I said, this is fully integrated right into Creo. Usually people have one program or the other, or they use both, and it's kind of hard to coordinate the data between them. But not with Creo Parametric 5.0. You're going to be able to actually optimize both these right within there. And when paired with Creo Simulate 2, you can optimize the structural, modal, and thermal analysis with your product as well, just to ensure that it's going to be an optimal design and still perform correctly. And you're also going to be able to drive optimization against multiple objectives simultaneously. So you're going to be able to find the ideal part without even having to imagine it. The additive and subtractive manufacturing extension has been around for a while, but this amazing technology has really developed over the years, and so has our extension. So the problem today is people usually need different softwares to design, optimize, validate, and do 3D print checks, and that causes a lot of confusion and wasted time, which is why we have the additive and subtractive manufacturing extension. So what's new about it this year? We have new cell types. We've added some trusses to it, so that just gives you more freedom for modification. And there's also improved simplified visualization as well. So that's just going to give you a lighter weight representation of what your lattice might look like or will look like, before hitting that accept button. You just get a quick look on it. We've also provided for the support of conical beams as well too. So that's going to make your lattice features much more look streamlined, and can be streamlined as well. And that's going to save you some material when need be. And this paired with Creo Simulate is going to be great because you're going to be able to really optimize all of the 3D printing capabilities and lattice features combined. Like I said, the 3D printing world has really advanced recently, and so has our extension. So now we also have connectivity up to about 70% of all metal printers, and our printer management has been upgraded as well too. It's a little bit more intuitive. You can now see the printer and select it and go from there. See the build, see the jobs on there, and all the properties surrounding that. Also with this tool, we have tools to automate support structure generation. And that's going to allow for you to really utilize all the new capabilities and innovation that the new 3D printing world can provide. So with this extension alone, you're going to be able to manage, track, store, and reuse all of your print jobs right within Creo. And this is going to save you time and money, which is very essential throughout the design process. The next module is the Creo Mold Machine Extension. And the whole idea is to keep everything fully integrated in PTC Creo. We don't want to have to go to third-party softwares and go about doing testing like that, or doing machining processes like that. So this is going to work pretty similar to the old Creo machining, but this one really focuses on more like molds, cavities, the positives and negatives that you want to take out when doing high-speed machining. And it's going to be really nice for processes where you want to start off with a big drill bit, get rid of a lot of material, and then as soon as you get down closer to the actual design you want, you want to finish it off and use a smaller drill bit. So you're going to have the capabilities of switching back and forth within that. We also have given you guys the ability to take advantage of your high-speed machining toolpath. So that's going to reduce time to create the part and the toolpath as well. And now, if you guys have multiprocessors, you can also take advantage of that, keeping you very internal and efficient with the multi-threaded for high-speed calculations. Advanced roughing and rest roughing, you're going to be able to do that as many times as you need. You can just go ahead and program it to do so using the high-speed machining. And like I mentioned before, with the advanced finishing and rest finishing, you're going to be able to start off with a large drill bit and end with a small drill bit to kind of improve your product's precision and also make that machine go by much faster. So this includes the full 3-axis trajectory and hole making as well. So this can be a standalone extension by itself or paired with the original Creo machining package as well. And the last module that we've added, and it's brand new to Creo this year, is the Creo Flow Analysis. And this enables designers and engineers with simulation tools, and it gives them the power to analyze products early and often. And it allows for them to refine models and eliminate problems when they cost least to fix much more early in the design process. So like I mentioned here, you can build analyze designs using computational fluid dynamics, always known as CFD. And you're gonna be able to identify problems and optimize your designs. And by using Creo models, we can quickly let CFD analysis drive the way we actually want to design it. So product failure and warranty and liability risks are mitigated. And this tool, it's not designed for the specialists. It's designed more for your mechanical designers, your mechanical engineers, the people who are using your CAD solution tools, so they can go ahead and let that CFD analysis drive the design and figure out what works and what doesn't work ahead of time. And like I mentioned, there's gonna be seamless workflow between CAD and your CFD, because now instead of having to export and import different CAD files, you're gonna be right within the same system, and you can run all the same tests right within Creo. And on top of that, you're not gonna have to simplify your CAD drawing and then send it out to your CFD program. You can just keep it as it is, and I maybe go ahead and select which parts you do and don't wanna have affect your CFD analysis, but that's gonna be up to you. This is all going to provide for a very rapid simulation turnaround with very high and accurate results as well. It's going to give your designers the power to get to the final design and optimal design much faster. That's what Creo Parametric does and is always improving on as well. So with Creo Parametric 5.0, we wanted to address some of the issues that the customers had in the past. So we went along and made some productivity improvements right within Creo. And then we added or expanded upon a number of different extensions. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
So we don't have any questions so far, but this is your chance, guys. Let us know, if you have any questions on the tools or applications. We're here. We'll hang out a few more minutes. And thank you, Zach, for the detailed information. It's really exciting to see all the improvements and new features. I think this new launch will make a big difference in the industry.
Oh, absolutely.
Can you see? Yes. Can you see my screen? Sorry.
Not yet.
I don't know if let me see. While we wait for questions, I think I will have to take the screen back so you can all see it. Let's see. Okay. Okay, thanks everybody for attending today, but we're still willing to hang out a few minutes. So any questions, hit us now, and this is a good chance. Or you can go try the software. There's trials on on our website at novedge.com. You go on the product page, and there's a tab that says trial. You can always go for it and test it for yourselves. It's always a great way to figure out if that is the tool for you. Okay. Is there a possibility that you can show us the interface a little bit, Zach? Are you set up to open up Creo 5 and let us look around a little bit? That's one of the questions.
Sure, I can pull it up.
Wonderful. So I'm going to give you back the screen as soon as you're ready.
So the user interface, if they're familiar with Creo 4.0, is going to be just about the exact same.
Okay, I don't see your screen yet.
Oh, shouldn't. Not quite yet. I'm loading up.
Okay.
Takes a second to.
Okay. Take your time, and okay, we see you now. And also, we do have another question too.
Why don't you ask that while we're waiting for Parametric to load?
Yes. Are there any improvements on how fillets rounds work?
As far as so the improvements with that would be that you're able to add a draft foot on top of it. As far as improvements upon maybe the automated of rounds and chamfers, I think that should be pretty consistent within Creo 4.
Okay. Okay, thanks. And what are okay, so there's a question that I don't know. Okay, what are your biggest competitors in the market? Who would you?
Our biggest.
Yes.
So obviously it'd be SolidWorks or CATIA or Siemens NX, I'd say.
The usual suspects, yes.
Yeah. There's just the usual.
Yep. Okay, we see your screen now.
So here's going to be just a normal interface. Maybe we could.
Maybe you can show some of the new features, how you activate them, and show us a little bit of the workflow, if it's possible.
So today's demonstration was, just formatted for more of a high-level understanding of what's new in Creo. I don't have any specific demonstrations for Creo 5 for you guys today, but I'd be happy to set up a specific demonstration if you have any extension or questions about specific extensions or capabilities. We could definitely touch on that at a different time. But
we appreciate the improvisation, and so if you have any particular question about a specific tool or feature, maybe Zach can work around that, and maybe we'll set up a date for a technical demo inside Creo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shortly.
Absolutely. There's so many new random things. There'd be a lot to go over if we were to sit down and go through all of what's new in Creo live.
Maybe next time. That would be great, actually, because that's really. See, what I like about our attendees, they're so good at, they're self-sufficient, and they want to get into the software, and they really want to see it working, and I like that. Absolutely. And that's what we like to encourage. And so great, thank you so much. I'm taking the screen back to bid my goodbye, and also remind you where you can find the new Creo 5, Novedge.com. Go to the brands, you can find PTC and all the possibilities in terms of subscriptions, renewal, etc. And next week webinar will be on Vectorworks 2018. And I've been recording this whole session, and you can find it on YouTube and Vimeo as early as today. And thanks again for joining us today. Thank you, Zach. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Yep, everyone have a good day. Bye.